Utah teachers will get a little something extra in their paychecks. It's a thank you from the legislature for a rough couple of years. Fox 13 News political reporter Ben Winslow has more from Utah's Capitol Hill.
There was $10 million appropriated for this.
The Utah State Board of Education approved $10 million in bonuses for educators across the state.
There's a message behind it of saying thank you from the legislature. Thank you. We hear you. We recognize you. We know you have a lot of burdens.
The bonuses are for teachers and other educators who had to pick up work when others were out with COVID or there were staffing shortages.
When teachers covered for other teachers when substitutes were not available.
They'll get at least $100, maybe more, depending on how much work they had to pick up. It's been a rough couple of years for public education employees in the pandemic, and many have quit the profession. The state's largest teachers union says many are frustrated.
Teachers are still making extraordinary efforts and are very tired and very worn out, but they are doing the best they can under the situation.
The board voted to fast track it so teachers can get their bonuses before the end of the school year. Meanwhile, they also expanded all-day kindergarten under a bill the legislature passed, but only partially funded.
Only 30% of our students have had access to full-day K, unlike other states. In fact, most other states, about 80% of their students have had access to full-day K. So really trying to ramp that up. We have data to show that it works and that it makes a difference.
All-day kindergarten is something that had big support on Utah's Capitol Hill. It expands the traditional half-day kindergarten, but it remains optional for students to participate. But because it was only partially funded, the state school board had to prioritize where the money goes. Schools with a lower socioeconomic student population, rural areas, and those with space for all-day kindergarten will get priority.
In many of our rural areas, transportation is a big deal. Some of our families have to drive an hour to get to a school. That would certainly be a consideration.
On the Hill, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.